During these challenging times, what's the state of your well-being? How do you feel about your productivity, your relationships, your creativity and ability to pivot? These are all examples of mental fitness. Mental fitness can be described as the capacity to respond to life's challenges with a positive versus a negative mindset. Mental fitness impacts peak performance. Think of the basketball player who is fabulous at free throws during practice, but chokes during the big game. Mental fitness impacts our peace of mind and our wellness, such as when we get so stuck in fear that we can't move forward. Mental fitness impacts our relationships. Think of when you or the person that you're with has been having a really rough day. Do you find that you have more arguments and misunderstandings on those days? Mental fitness, just like physical fitness, takes training, and positive intelligence provides that training. A factor analysis was done among 500,000 people across 50 different countries, and it identified that there are 3 core muscles involved in mental fitness: the saboteur-interceptor muscle, the sage muscle, and the self-command muscle. Here's how it works. Saboteurs are voices in our heads that lead to negativity. The saboteur that's common among all individuals is the judge. And you may think you know the judge as the self-critic, but the judge actually has 3 components. The judge judges ourselves, it judges others, and it judges circumstances. In addition to the judge, there are 9 accomplice saboteurs. These reside in each of us at differing levels, but they include saboteurs such as the avoider, the controller, the hyperachiever, the restless saboteur, and the victim. We can weaken these saboteurs by naming them and then calling in the self-command muscle. The self-command muscle helps us to step back, pause, and look at things very objectively. Then we call in the sage muscle, and the sage enables us to be creative and empathetic and curious so that we can take really clear-headed action that's in line with our long-term goals and values. So when we talk about practicing this new routine, what ends up happening is we're actually building a new neural pathway. And this new neural pathway can actually show up on fMRI scans after 6 to 8 weeks of practice for a minimum of 15 minutes a day. So we're not talking a huge investment to get these really strong impacts. Some of the impacts that I've seen in myself, my colleagues, and my clients are reduction in overall stress, improved relationships with family and colleagues. One of the things that I've seen for myself is I've always been highly productive, but it's always come at a cost of feeling like I was never doing enough. Now I continue to be highly productive, but I have a sense of appreciation for what I'm accomplishing versus a sense of lack for what I haven't gotten to yet. In addition to this anecdotal evidence, there's research on mental fitness that shows that teams become 31% more productive. Salespeople sell 34% more. People live 10 years longer. They're 3 times more creative and they're happier. In fact, I am so confident that this program is impactful. As long as you do the work and you work with me as designed, I guarantee the results or you get your money back. And because I want to bring this to as many people as possible, I also offer group discounts. I'd love to discuss this with you in more detail, and we can do that either by having you attend one of my webinars or we can have a personal conversation. But in the meantime, I highly encourage you, go to www.positiveintelligence.com and take the free Saboteur Assessment and PQ Score. By reading through these detailed reports, you'll start to recognize these saboteurs within yourself so you can start to quiet them. Because after all, couldn't we all do with a little bit less negative self-talk?